What's up, gentles and ladymen? We're going to be going with the Monkey D Garp deck profile right here. So we're going to start it off with the 4 Nico Robin. I like Nico Robin because you don't have to worry about your opponent having a Vista and they pop your Vista. So she may be a little slower, but her, putting the Dawn under her, it doesn't matter because you're able to at least reduce something with his skill. Then you can deal with two little guys, I guess, if you're playing against red. I like Edward Newgate over the Kuzan because you're able to curve into this guy, especially if your opponent's gonna make you go first, which they mostly do because you're a multicolor deck and they want to see you perish. 3 Nami, her skill is really good. It works really well with this leader. As soon as you play this turn 1, if you're already getting her off for like 4 or 3 turns already, you're already plussing off of her skill. 4 Kobe, mandatory in black decks because of how good the skill is. And then all you have to do is commit 1 Dawn to him next turn to swing for 5k. Sakazuki is like king for purple. 7k body, really good. And you're able to kill anything with 5 cost or less, which is, a lot of things. Suru, I like the Suru because if you're playing against decks that have higher cost units like black, as well, for the mirror match, you're able to take out their stuff a little easier. I did like Tashigi, but I'd like reserving my Don to be a little more aggressive. Don Quixote, Rosinante, you gotta have at least a minimum of 4. I'd say the two cost blockers, and at least you can counter with them. Borsellino, obviously he's the best blocker in black. You gotta have 4 of this guy. Monkey D Garp, the 2k counter, his skill works really well with your leader. You put 2 down under him, you attack, you reduce something, something small in the early game. When you play this going second, you reduce something by 2, and then you're already going ahead and KOing smaller stuff like blockers. Helmeppo is really good also for the 10 drops, like the Kuzan for the mirror match. I was trying out the 1 drop. What was it called? What was the name of that one? The one that lets you draw. This one, the Great Eruption. It's good and all, but in order for you to be able to target it with your leader, you would have to have at least 2 of these in your hand. And with the Helmeppo, you just play this. You minus it Kuzan by 3, and your leader is now able to target it because it becomes a 7 cost. So then after that, you're just able to start working in with this, or with the Kobe, or the Sakazuki, or even this. And plus, it's a 3k body. Next turn, you just pump it up by 2, and you're able to swing with it. 3 Garp. I think 4 might be a little too much, but you do want to play a little extra protection, like with the Radical Beams, or you can play guard points instead, depending on how you want to play. I usually just like taking the first 2 hits anyway, and that extra 1k does help. And then being able to use his effect more than once is just amazing. And 3 Radical Beam. You can either use this or you can use Guard Point. That's honestly just preference. Meteor Volcano. I play 4 of these because I feel like it's a 4 of staple in this deck. Just the fact that your leader can easily manipulate the costs of your opponent's cards, especially if you're playing against like annoying cards like Okiku, who are they're gonna target your Borsellinos and things like that. So you could just minus it and get rid of it really easily, or even small blockers too. Like just having access to this cheap card that you don't have to discard. Like these guys, all of these guys, you have to discard to kill like the small blockers. You kind of don't want to waste 2 cards to get rid of 1 card. And 3 Impact Wave. I'm going to test out 4 of these, but as of right now, I'm just doing the 3-3 split. And, let me know what you guys think of the deck list, what you guys would change about it. I guess my final opinion for this would be either you're playing this or you're playing the Kuzan, but I do like this because of your leader, being able to be at 7k for the turn and then having something to get rid of small blockers. Plus, if you have one of these Namis, you don't have to invest as much Dawn for this auto. But other than that, I really do like the play style because, you're able to be aggressive and also having, some tempo and control over your opponent. and having the having some board control and not having to play as much cards that reduce costs because your leader does it anyway. So I think the only cards that really do reduce costs is pretty much this and the Suru, and everything else just KOs. So that's one of the reasons why I really do like this leader. All right, and I hope you guys enjoy the deck profile.